Welcome to FNF Victory Road Draft League Season 3 Playoffs. This is the winners semifinals second set, which will be between Drizzle Boy and the Croatian Vanilluxe and Fire Warrior and Draco Warriors. As a reminder, the Mega Pokemon, we have our Mega Gardevoir and Mega Charizard Y, and then we have Z Any Manaphy and Z Any Porygon Z respectively. So going in, this is going to be a pretty high stakes match for both of these trainers, both of them getting into playoffs for the first time and wanting to reach that winners round of winners bracket. If one of them loses, they will be knocked down to losers bracket. So taking a look at these teams, I think that Scarf Tyrantrum could be really threatening with that head smash hitting so many things. Prankster Meowstic M actually looks pretty good at setting screens. It can handle some of the really offensive threats on Drizzle Boy's team and also stop sweeps with Thunder Wave. And I think that we're just going to see big hits from both sides. Both sides going to be going really offensive this match, in my opinion. Licky and Ferroseed being the only ones that are a little bit more passive. But even Empoleon, which we've seen him run offensively before, can be offensive. So let's jump in and see how this battle goes. High stakes, and we'll see what transpires. We have Gardevoir coming out first to face Psykitty, the Meowstic M. Gardevoir stays in, goes for the Meowstic goes for the Thunder Wave, and Gardevoir goes for the Hyper Voice. That's going to do 75% to Psykitty, who switches out into Mysore, the Palossand. Gardevoir goes for the Focus Blast, but it does not hit, I think predicting that Empoleon switch in. So in comes Ferroseed. Gardevoir is paralyzed, and that Earth Power is going to do 37% to Ferroseed, also reducing its special defense, which is something Ferroseed does not like. But Torch the Charizard actually switches in to face Ferroseed, who goes for the Protect. That was trying to get a little leftovers recovery, and I'm actually surprised Ferroseed isn't running Eviolite. Tyrantrum comes in to face Torch the Charizard, and there's that Drought going up. Torch goes for the Dragon Dance. Interesting. Are we going to see a physical Charizard Y? That would be really interesting. It looks like Torch actually goes for the Solar Beam. Tyrantrum at 10% goes for the Head Smash, takes out Torch, but goes down in the in return. So I guess that it doesn't have Head Smash. It has Strong Jaw instead. Sorry, Rockhead, I mean. So it has Strong Jaw instead of Rockhead, which is interesting. Gardevoir comes in. Retinazer goes for the Shadow Ball. That does 51%, so Gardevoir might be able to be taken out by that second Shadow Ball. It is paralyzed, though. Another Shadow Ball hits Gardevoir, taking it out. Score is 4-5. Retinazer at 100% still. And Sun's still up. Linoone comes in at 100%. Majin Buu, the Licky comes in to face Linoone. And there's that Belly Drum. Linoone down to 50%, but after that Aguave Berry, it's going to go to 100%, ready to go for some extreme speeds. Mysore, the Palossand, though, switches in to take the extreme speed, so it does not work. We got a Seed Bomb, though, taking out Mysore. The score is now 4-4. And in comes Kowalski, the Empoleon. Stomping Tantrum hits it hard, but the Shuka Berry is going to weaken it, allowing Empoleon to live. And there's the Roar, forcing Linoone to switch out into Hitmonlee. Not a good matchup for Kowalski, but removes that threat of Belly Drum Linoone. So good play there. Hitmonlee going for the Fake Out, and then the Close Combat, taking down Kowalski. The score is 4-3. There's Retinazer, the Porygon Z. Hitmonlee going for the Close Combat, taking out Retinazer as well. Score is 4-2 now. And Psykitty comes in. The knockoff is going to take out Psykitty, and the score is 4-1. And Majin Buu stands alone, the last Pokemon on Draco Warriors. Close Combat's going to take it out, though, and Hitmonlee is able to sweep the remaining Pokemon, going for the victory, and that's a 4-0 victory for Drizzle Boy and the Croatian Vanilluxe over Draco Warriors, led by Fire Warrior. Hitmonlee seems to be a pretty big threat to the team. I do believe it gets Stone Edge or at least Rock Slide to hit Charizard as well. So after that boost from the normal gem Fake Out, that allows Hitmonlee to be very fast with Unburden, and fighting is very good against Draco Warriors. Meowstic might have to deal with Hitmonlee by going for a Reflect or a Thunder Wave, since Hitmonlee runs Unburden instead of Limber. So I think we might see some team composition changes coming from Draco Warriors to more adequately deal with Hitmonlee. And let's jump into this second battle now. So here we are. This is battle number 2. This is going to be between Drizzleboy and Fire Warrior once again. We do have a change on Fire Warrior's team. Porygon Z removed for Cobalion. So Cobalion has the ability to hit pretty hard with Close Combat and Stone Edge. Close Combat seems to be really good in this matchup, hitting 3 Pokemon super effectively, and only resisted by Gardevoir. So I do think that could be an effective change. It is still weak to Hitmonlee though, so Hitmonlee does pose a big threat with that Close Combat, hitting 3 Pokemon super effectively. So I'm curious to see how Hitmonlee will be dealt with in this match. Maybe Meowstic M just stays alive a little bit longer to deal with it. From Drizzleboy, we have no changes. It looks like he's confident going into the team, going into this round with his team. So let's jump in and see how this match goes. We have Gardevoir starting again for Drizzleboy. This time Torch the Charizard starts for Fire Warrior, and Torch gonna set up that Drought with its Mega Evolution. Gardevoir going for the Hyper Voice. That's going to hit, doing 32% to Torch, who goes for the Dragon Dance again. I think Dragon Dance might be a way for Torch to raise its speed, because it's going for special attack still. Flamethrower doing 86%, and the Psychic is going to bring Torch down to 13%. Torch going first, taking out Gardevoir with the Flamethrower. Score is now 5-6. Excuse me. So in comes Hitmonlee. That Fake Out's going to take out Torch, and the score is now 5-5. Hitmonlee, of course, using the normal gem to boost that Fake Out and activate Unburden. Psykitty comes in, paralyzing Hitmonlee though. And Hitmonlee is paralyzed, it cannot move. So in comes Ferroseed instead to face Psykitty. The Psyshock only going to do 21%. Hitmonlee has been effectively neutered by that Thunder Wave. Another Thunder Wave on Ferroseed. This time it might not be that bad for Ferroseed because of Gyro Ball, but it doesn't want to be paralyzed at a crucial moment. There's the Leech Seed. Ferroseed regaining to 100, and Majin Buu, the Licky Licky, comes in to face Ferroseed. Gyro Ball doing 23%. It will be boosted by that Paralysis. Not sure by how much. Ice Beam only doing 17% as Ferroseed goes for that Leech Seed again. Majin Buu has quite the big HP stat, so it will help Ferroseed a lot. And Mysore the Palossand comes in. And there's a Stealth Rock going up on Fire Warrior's side. Manaphy is going to switch into Mysore. And that Earth Power does a whopping 44%. Mysore hits a lot harder than I expect a lot of the time. So Majin Buu comes in at 53%. Manaphy goes for the Surf, and that's only going to do 19%. That is very little damage against Majin Buu. I'm actually wondering if it has an Assault Vest equipped. Ferroseed switching into the Power Whip. That Body Slam not going to do much damage to Ferroseed as the Iron Barbs hurt Majin Buu. The Gyro Ball takes care of the rest of Majin Buu's HP, finishing the job. Score is 5-4. Ferroseed restoring a little HP with those leftovers, and in comes Porthos, ready to go for some close combats. Looks like Porthos is going to do very well because only Manaphy will be able to handle Porthos. Ferroseed taken down by the close combat, and the score is now 4-4. Porthos at 72%. Indeed, we see Manaphy coming in at 56%, but Psykitty is going to come to take the presumed Surf, bringing Psykitty down to 23%, but Manaphy is not going to want to be paralyzed, so Hitmonlee switches in at 100%. It is paralyzed, so it won't be taken. It won't be paralyzed by that Thunder Wave. The Psyshock will take it out, though. Score is now 3-4. And Lanoon comes in, presumably to go for the Extreme Speed. Mysore comes in at 94%. The Extreme Speed not going to connect because of that Ghost typing on Mysore. And Manaphy comes in to face Mysore. The Shadow Ball doing 38%, bringing Manaphy down to 18%. That Surf is going to bring Mysore down to 10%. And Mysore goes for the Shadow Ball, taking out Manaphy. Score is now 2-4. In comes Tyrantrum. Tyrantrum going for the Dragon Dance, but that is very risky with Mysore being able to use Earth Power. Shore Up allows Mysore to restore HP to 72%, and because of that water compaction, it has increased defenses as well. Tyrantrum goes for yet another Dragon Dance, and Mysore goes for the Earth Power, taking out Tyrantrum. I thought that Tyrantrum maybe had a Focus Sash because it was Dragon Dancing in front of a Palossand, which is interesting, but no Focus Sash, and Linoon is the last Pokemon coming in, going for that Belly Drum. Will Mysore be able to take out Linoon, or will Linoon go for the sweep now? Earth Power brings Linoon down to 22%, Mysore at 85% with the boosted defense. Seed Bomb not enough to take it out because of that boost in defense, and Mysore finishes off Linoon with the Earth Power to score. Now a 4-0 victory for Fire Warrior and the Draco Warriors over Drizzle Boy and Croatian Vanilluxe. So we're going to go to a game 3. The set score at 1-1 right now, and the next winner will move on to winners finals to face Benji, the loser being knocked down to losers semifinals, I believe. So this is the high stakes match coming up. I think that Palossand did amazingly in this match. It hits a lot harder than I remember, or maybe Drizzle's not investing in special defense, but yeah, that Palossand hits really hard. Cobalion also looking really good, being able to spam those close combats versus things that are weak to it. And Hitmonlee was dealt with by Meowstic, so Meowstic was a good choice in paralyzing Hitmonlee. Of course, it doesn't have Limber because it runs Unburden. So, interesting match. We have the last match coming up. Stay tuned for that. We commence the final match of this set. This is match 3 between Drizzle and Fire Warrior. And we do have one change made. Drizzle Boy this time making the change on his team. And he put in Persian, Alola taking out Manaphy. Fire Warrior making no changes to his team. So it looks like in both battles the winner made no change to their team, and it was the loser who changed their team by changing one Pokemon. Persian is an interesting choice. It will be able to Parting Shot nicely. It will be able to also deal somewhat with Palossand. And it can pivot and taunt. So overall, it seems to be a nice addition to the team. Manaphy was good in checking Cobalion though. This gives yet another weakness to Cobalion. So that's pretty frightening for Drizzle Boy if Cobalion really goes on a rampage. So he's really going to have to keep in mind Cobalion and dealing with it. So let's jump into this final match and see how it goes. So we're actually starting with Hitmonlee this time, and in comes Majin Buu, the Licky Licky. And Ferroseed's going to switch in. I thought that we were going to see a close combat there. Palossand switches in Mysore to face Ferroseed. That Earth Power going to do 43% to Ferroseed, who goes for the Leech Seed. That Leech Seed is going to restore it back up to 79, which combined with leftovers is nice recovery. There's Torch the Charizard switching in, and Ferroseed goes for the Protect. Not going to work. And Charizard now has free reign to go for a Flamethrower. Tyrantrum comes in though. And there's Torch setting up that Sun and going for the Flamethrower. Brings Tyrantrum down to 64%. Tyrantrum still fine and able to go for a Head Smash. Kowalski comes in though to face Tyrantrum. That Head Smash still does a whopping 39% even though it's resisted by Kowalski. So Kowalski will be able to retaliate. The Earthquake weakened by the Shuka Berry, and Kowalski now at 27% going for the Flash Cannon, taking out Tyrantrum, and the score is 5-6. Good play there by Fire Warrior. And Gardevoir comes in. Gardevoir Mega Evolves and goes for the Focus Blast. Surprisingly, it hits instead of missing, and Kowalski goes down. The score is an even 5-5. And Mysore the Palossand switches in. Gardevoir going for the Hyper Voice. That brings Mysore down to 4% as that Shadow Ball hits, bringing Gardevoir down to 33%. Mysore has only 10% left in its HP, and it switches out into Charizard, actually. Mega Charizard Y. That Psychic is going to bring Charizard down to 44%. And another Psychic takes out Charizard. Was that a speed tie? It was a speed tie, so Mega Gardevoir won the speed tie, and in comes Majin Buu. The Focus Blast will miss this time, and Majin Buu will retaliate with the gyro ball, taking out Gardevoir. The score is 4-4 now. And there's Hitmonlee ready to go for that close combat. Meowstic, Psykitty switches in. Close combat doing big damage to Psykitty, 50%. It might not be able to take out Psykitty, who could go for the Reflect or the Thunder Wave. Indeed, there's the Thunder Wave. And Hitmonlee actually has a Lumberry this time, curing its paralysis, activating Unburden, going for the knockoff, and taking Psykitty out. Wow, that is actually a really, really nice counter using Meowstic M to his advantage. Hitmonlee is poisoned, ready to go. The Earthquake takes out Mysore, and the score is 4-2, but the final two Pokemon on Draco Warriors are weak to fighting. Hitmonlee is poised to go for those close combats. Indeed, close combat takes out Porthos, and the last Pokemon standing is Licky Licky. Licky Licky at 100%. Can it survive a close combat from Hitmonlee? The close combat hits and takes down Majin Buu, and that is the match and set. It's a 4-0 victory for Drizzle Boy and Croatian Vanilluxe over Fire Warrior and Draco Warriors, and the set score is 2-1 in favor of Croatian Vanilluxe. Drizzle Boy will advance onto winners finals to face Benji and the Southern Shuckles, while Fire Warrior is knocked down to losers bracket. He still does have a chance to continue in playoffs though, so this isn't the last we've seen of him, and really high intensity matches between both of these trainers, lots of offense being packed, and really good play with the Lumberry on Hitmonlee to counter Meowstic. So very interesting match between both of these trainers, and I'm curious to see how it continues moving forward. Stay tuned for then, where we have the losers quarterfinals coming up. Until then, this is Noel, and I'll see you for those matches.